Welcome to Weekend Wrap. You know, it's that time of year. It's that time of year. Over the hills, far away, over the hills and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. That's the time of year it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Of course, that is, I believe, the New England Thanksgiving song or something like that. It was written by Lydia Marie way back in 1844, so that's about 175 years old. Little rhyme. It's become kind of a little Christmas carol now. Over the hills and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. And by the way, the original version, to grandfather's house we go. I guess grandpa died and then it became grandma's house, and I don't know, man. I don't know. But at one time, that was the original version. Lydia Marie, of course, wrote that 1844. Long time ago. Let's talk a little preview of Preservation Thursday. Preservation Thursday this week for Business 101. Can your company benefit from social media? Think about it. You know, we beat people up for social media, but can your company benefit from social media? We're going to talk about ways to do that. We'll talk some business models. Of course, one of the most interesting business models I've seen, one of the CT Property Preservation Management, or I believe it is CT PPM, up in the New England area. And of course, New England has a lot of funny rules like California does. Maybe it's a business model the industry could do. And who knows? Today, before we get to a preview for GMO Tuesday, let's talk a little bit about customer service. How many times have you called someplace and you've been put on hold and you get all these talking points when you get off a hold? You talk to 3 or 4 people. You have to explain the same thing over and over. And you're told, oh, thank you for your patience. Very patronizing customer service has become instead of actually being customer service. And right now, this is a T-Mobile issue. I've talked to 15 different people. Issue hasn't been resolved. The sticking point now is this. I want you to just put this in perspective from a customer standpoint. This is customer service. I have spoke to 15 different people. Every time we get everything resolved and, okay, we're going to do this, somebody else gets involved. It's handed off, if you will, on that end of the deal. Now, for the life of me, I cannot figure out why, if you lease something to me or sell me a product, and within, say, 90 days, it proves itself to be defective, why I have to pay anything to you to honor the equipment's warranty that you sold me. Hello? Why do I bring this up? The reality is, property preservation, that's what we're talking about right now. Property preservation is a service-oriented industry, is it not? Think about it. Nobody calls you up and says, what are you selling today? You know, can you write me a receipt for your product so I know it's good and I can return it when No, your product is service. And one of the elements of service is labor. You got to have somebody to do the service, the labor. You perform the labor. So you as an employer have a responsibility, not just to that client, to your employees. You have to provide them a safe working environment, a safe job site safety. Ladies and gentlemen, job site safety is probably one of the biggest issues from a business owner's perspective because of the insurance costs. Workman's comp is, and I've spoke to a few insurance agents. Workman's comp, man, it's one of the insurance that is abused the most. So there's a lot of fraud in workman's comp because of job-related injuries. No employer wants to get sued. No, da. It goes on and on and on. But the reality is, it's always going to be there. One of the things I saw, and I'm going to compare to I don't know this gal's company, so I'm just going to use her first name, Teresa, and Executive Cleaning Service down in Florida. There was a post up, man. It said, let's make something clear. The gentleman goes on, his name's Michael. He goes on to explain that, you know what? Let me make it clear. I will not jeopardize my employees' health for you, no matter what you say or do, and you cannot demand I go do something. Somebody puts a comment up, boy, I'd like to know the backstory there. Well, the backstory was Michael's company, Executive Cleaning Services, down in Florida. I've never met this guy. I've never met either one of these people, this young lady named Teresa or Michael. I've just seen him all out in social media. Michael, well, I think he likes to go fishing because I seen him on a boat or so. I seen a guy on a boat with a fishing pole one time. But I've never met these people or anything other than the social media interaction that we've had. So, but Michael is a business owner. He told these people no. This is why he tells them no. They sent him to put bids and stuff. There's no floor to walk on. No floor to walk on. Huh? There's no roof and they want him to fix a roof. They tell him he has to do it because they sent him there. You got to do this. You can't say no to us. He said, you want to bet? He tells them no. And he posted it up. Now, Teresa, on the other hand, and you need to remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting this out of social media. So if I'm garnishing this out of social media and I'm reading this, you don't think employers go to social media? Oops. I'm going to read something here. And this is, to me, in my humble opinion, one of the very serious problems in the industry that members of a certain organization continue to condone. And it falls along compliance. And we're going to expand into compliance, ladies and gentlemen. On Thursday, Preservation Thursday, yes, we will. Yes, we will. We'll talk a little more about that. But Teresa said, they were talking about mold and whatnot, mold and raw sewage, okay? And she makes this statement in social media on a platform that people can see. And knowing the group that this came out of on Facebook, I know right now there's people for the national that she deals with in the group.